Every moonlight night in the quiet village of Omuji, a sacred tradition begins. When the sky turns deep blue and the stars blink away, people from every corner of the village gather under the ancient Iroko tree. Not just children, but teenagers, mothers with babies, and elders with walking sticks. They all come quietly, like the wind has whispered to them that it is time. At the center of it all sits Nne, a woman whose voice was both comfort and mystery. Her eyes carried stories. Her presence commands silence. Her wrapper rustles softly as she adjusts on her wooden stool, holding her rosary in one hand and a tail in the other. The people always begin with a chant, like a well-practiced spell. Nne, tell us a story. Nne, tell us a story. And then Nne begins her stories with Shapi. The people will answer, wow, I have a story to tell you. It is the story of Mama Brother. In the village of Umudim, not far from here, lived a woman named Eziaku, but no one called her that. Everyone knew her as Mama Brother because her only son was a reverend father. She was proud of him, and the villagers were proud of her. She was hardworking, kind, and deeply religious. Every Saturday, children gathered at her home to say the rosary. People came to her for advice, some for prayers, and sometimes just to feel the peace that follows her like a gentle breeze. Mama Brother owned fruit plantations. Her fruits were known as the juiciest and sweetest in the land. She sold them at the monastery market in the neighboring town of Umudim. That land was filled with green hills, clear waters, and a famous waterfall. A monastery stood nearby, and people said prayers said there reached heaven faster. The water itself was believed to heal the sick. Because of this, the town welcomed visitors from far and wide. The monastery market had two parts, the day market and the night market. People who come for prayers often stayed long, and some vendors sold from morning till deep into the night. Many sleeps in their shops or leaves the next day. The brave ones went home at night, but only in groups. This was because there was a shortcut through the forest of Umudim. It saved time, but was feared by most. The forest was believed to be haunted. People spoke of whispers in the dark, unseen shadows moving behind them, and trees that seemed to watch. But Mama Brother do not believe such things. To her, they were just stories told to scare the weak. Whenever she stayed for the night market and finished her sales, she went around asking if anyone was ready to walk through the forest with her. And if no one was, she simply ties her wrapper, lifts her basket, and lit her lantern, then walked into the darkness alone. People had warned her, traders, priests, and even strangers, but she always answered the same way, I walk with my God, nothing can touch me. And so she walked, again and again, all alone. Until the night, everything changed. It It was a busy Saturday. The market was full. Mama brother sold every fruit before evening and decided to stay for the night market as usual. When it ended and traders began packing up, she called out asking if anyone would walk with her through the forest. No one replied. Some avoided her eyes. Others pretended to be asleep. A few whispered to her to stay back. She only smiled, lit her lantern, and began walking. That night, the forest was different. It was too quiet. Not a single cricket chirped. Her feet crunched on dry leaves, but the sound was swallowed quickly, like the trees were listening. Moonlight barely touched the ground. Branches twisted like arms overhead. She began to hum a hymn, softly, a song that always brought her peace. Then she heard it. Someone was humming the same song. At first, it sounded distant. Then it moved closer, matching her pitch, matching her sound. She stopped. The sound stopped too. She turned with her lantern held high, but the trees were still. Nothing moved. Nothing breathed. Then her lantern flickered and offed. Darkness wrapped around her like a wet blanket. She tried to relight the flame, but the matchbox slipped from her hand. The wind picked up, cold and sharp. Then a whisper crawled into her ear. You are strong. Let us fight. She turned around. No one. You are strong. Let us fight. The voice was clearer now. It echoed inside her head. Then something unseen slapped her cheek. Another struck her leg, her back, her side. She screamed, swung her hands widely, but her fingers touched only air. The blows came faster, like invincible hands were punishing her. She called out the name of her God. Her voice cracked. Her basket fell. Her wrapper loosened. Her knees gave way. Then everything went blank. She did not know how long she was unconscious, but once she woke up, she was not in the forest. She was somewhere else. Floating lights surrounded her. Blue, red, green. Each one had a pale face. Some smiled, some cried, some did nothing at all. Their eyes blinked slowly, unnaturally. In front of her stood a massive tree, taller than any she had seen. There was a hole in it. From that hole came the sound of breathing, deep and steady, like the earth itself was alive. She stared as the tree paused with each breath. Her heart began to beat in time with it. Then from the hole a figure rose, floating, no feet, long arms like dried branches. Its face was made of smoke, and it spoke. You are strong. We like strong ones. She turned to run, but faces emerged from the roots, from the leaves, from the bark. Some screamed, some laughed, some stared. The ground opened beneath her, and she fell. Voices chanted distorted rosary prayers, wrong words, twisted tones. Scream turned into whispers, then silence. She walked near the forest edge, her body bruised, her clothes torn, her lantern shattered. The sky was pale with morning. Women on their way to the market found her. They screamed and carried her. She was taken to the hospital. She survived, but she did not return to the market. She did not sell fruits again. She stayed inside. Her compound grew quiet. The children still spoke her name, but not with joy, with fear. One day, she stepped out, her rosary in her hand. She walked to the edge of the village, looked toward the forest and said one thing, "I forgive you." That night, the forest cried. The next day, without wind or rain, the oldest tree in Umudim fell. When it was cut open, they found a small dry hand coiled inside the hollow trunk. Since then, the birds in the forest never sang again. So, when next the moon was full, and you feel brave enough to walk alone, remember this. Some stories do not sleep, some paths do not forget, and some spirits are still waiting.